A few weeks ago, in a message I was preaching here at the church, I said this. It requires faith to believe in God. He doesn't just tear the skies apart and proclaim, hey, here I am, and this magnificent power and light and all those sorts of things that we might think would happen, as much as we would like to see that. And because he doesn't do that, many people refuse to believe. And I was talking about the nature of a hard heart. But my immediate answer to that question was that even if God did that, many people would not believe. You see, people want to blame God when something goes wrong, but they refuse to acknowledge Him when things are going well or going right for them. You've probably seen in the past couple of days this earthquake in Turkey and Syria that's killed thousands of people, and in the midst of that, I'm sure many people are asking once again the question, where is God in the midst of this disaster? As they often do when there's a school shooting or whatever other event. And I would say to you this morning, that is the question that God wants you to ask. He's okay with you asking that question. And maybe that's where you are today. You no longer believe in God because of some tragedy that's happened either to you or in the world. It's likely that you're blaming Him for something that has happened in your life, whether a death of a loved one or a personal trauma. Well, I want to say this today, Isaiah chapter 55. Verses 6 through 9 says this, seek the Lord while He may be found. Call on Him while He is near, encouraging you to ask that question, where is God in the midst of all this? Verse 7 of Isaiah 55, let the wicked forsake his way and the evil man his thoughts. Let him turn to the Lord, and He will have mercy on him, and to our God, for He will freely pardon. Now the last two verses are we're going to get back to our original question. Verses 8 and 9 of Isaiah 55. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Many people are not okay with that idea, that God would just say that. A topic for a whole nother day would be that if you can understand everything about your God, He's really not a God other than something you have created. I think I've said that before. But that idea that God's ways and His thoughts are higher than ours brings us back to our original question. Why doesn't He just rip the skies apart and reveal Himself? And it also leads us to a very compelling verse that I referenced in that same message. And it's in Proverbs chapter 25, verse 2. And it says that God's glory is shown when He conceals things. Now, even as I read that verse when I was giving the message, it was just kind of a side note, and I thought, well, that's very interesting. I wanted to study that, so I'm unpacking it for us here today a little bit. But there are things that, despite all of our great scientific and medical and mathematical and psychological wisdom, that we still do not understand. Those things still belong to the realm of God. And I saw this morning that scientists have built a tractor beam. Whether it was true or not, I don't know. I don't often go down those social media rabbit holes. But if you think there will come a day when we have everything figured out, I disagree with you. I think there will never be a day when we understand everything about everything there is to know. There are things that only a creator can know and understand. So if you're waiting for God to rip the heavens apart for you, you'll never marvel at the unseen things that you cannot comprehend, at the unseen wisdom and power of God. So I know I've kind of danced around that question today, but in part two, I want to say, why does God conceal things, whether it's this week or next week? But until then, go ahead and give me your comments, questions about today's topic. Maybe you want to debate something that I said, and maybe I'll talk about it next time. But part two, why does God conceal things? Why doesn't He do that? So until I see you again, take some time to reflect on the unseen things that you don't understand and see if God may be in them and trying to get you to notice. God bless. Have a great day.